What's up, math scholars and math haters? This is Mr. W. Today we're going to tackle question 21 in the 7th grade math questions that North Carolina released this past school year. The question gives us a table that shows how much each type of meat costs, and it tells us that a customer purchased a 1/4 pound of ham, 1½ pounds of turkey, 1 pound of roast beef, and 3/4 of a pound of bologna. And we're trying to figure out what the customer will pay for the purchase before sales tax. So the big skill that this question is going to test is multiplying fractions and decimals, and there's one bit of translating that we'll need to do as well. And that bit of translating just comes from this word of. Whenever I see of, I'm immediately thinking that I'm going to multiply, and specifically, if this says a 1/4 pound of ham, or 1/4 of a pound of ham, I'm going to have to multiply the price per pound by the fraction that represents how much this customer is buying. So that's 1/4 of a pound of ham, 1½ pounds of turkey, and I will actually go ahead and change that to an improper fraction to make it a little easier to deal with. Using my left to right swoop trick, I'm going to multiply 2 times 1, gives me 2, and add 1, that gets me 3. So 1½ is the same thing as 3/2. And so that is how much turkey we're buying. 1 pound of roast beef. So that's just $6.99 times 1 pound. And then 3/4 of a pound of bologna. Now at this point, I have a whole bunch of different little arithmetic expressions, and I just need to figure out what each of them is going to be in the calculator. Now this is a good lesson on how to type a fraction in the calculator so that the calculator does what you want it to do. This is an okay way to type this, because that tells me that we're spending about $1.50 on ham. 1.4975 rounds up to $1.50 just about. So that's $1.50. Another way, and if you're working with a problem with multiple fractions, this might be something you want to start getting in the habit of doing. So I'll use my turkey to demonstrate. If I put my 3/2 in a fraction, it'll give me the same answer, but if I put my 3/2 in parentheses, sorry, it gives me the same answer as it would if I didn't. But using parentheses is a very, very, very good way to ensure that the calculator is going to do exactly what you want it to do, and I'm sure that I'll get to use that in future questions. So that was about $7.50. And since it's rounding to since it asks us to find how much we're spending to the nearest dollar, or approximately how much it's going to be, I'm fine with this rounding. I think it makes it a bit easier. Now, $6.99 for 1 pound. That's just $7. And I only have to now figure out the bologna. $3.99 times 3/4. Now that's going to be just about $3. Now all I have to do is add all these up, because we're finding out what the customer is paying for the entire purchase. So that's $150 plus $7.50 plus 7 plus 3. That's going to be almost exactly $19, counting what all we've rounded. I look at my answer choices, and I see that choice B matches what I'm expecting to get.